Yeah, try to do that.
I'm giving it all I got, man.
All you got is not enough.
People are going to be distracted by the nasal quality.
Phlegm face McGee.
It's true.
This quite literally has been the worst ramp up to an episode so far.
We're trying, guys.
Guys, this is Welcome to Cold Hands Warm Hearts, the first stop on the holiday struggle bus. Ah, God. You know what? I'm choosing positivity is what I'm doing. I'm doing it. This is, guys, this is a prime example of, this is Michael Jordan's flu game. This is Lance Armstrong in the Tour de Force, the Tour de Pants. God, you are going to be a delight today. Hey guys, welcome to Cold Hands Warm Hearts. I'm Brandon Birdwell. I'm one half of the Cold Hands Warm Hearts podcasting disaster duo today.
Hi, guys. I'm Ashley Engle. I'm the other half, and I'm fighting something today, friends.
Hi, guys. I'm Flem.
I'm Flemingle.
Flem Florgenthms.
That's me.
And I want to turn your mic up so bad, but if
we have a room buzz situation. And
we don't have multiple self-driving vacuums. We don't have Roombas.
No, we
We
don't.
have a buzzy room.
Well,
a buzzy boy.
And we've also got a virus, guys. I am fighting a gnarly virus. I came down with it last Thursday. Thanksgiving Day, actually.
It's called the gnarly virus, as discovered by Professor Friedrich Gnarly in the 17th century. He woke up one day and he sounded like trash. And henceforth, it shall be known as the gnarly virus. And thank you so much for bringing the petri dish that is your life into the podcasting studio.
I honestly think your family gave it to my family, if we're going to get down to brass tacks.
Yeah, well,
and that's okay. I wouldn't change a thing. I would still get together with the family on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
But, 'tis the season, guys. This is what always happens. Always happens. But you know what? It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. And that's what the agenda says right now.
It's beginning to look a lot like Sniffmas over here. Okay.
This sound effect, courtesy of our sound effect sponsor, Miss D.
Sweet
D. But you didn't even comment that I put, it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas.
Yes, I didn't. And the reason is because I am just now seeing it on the agenda.
Because you didn't look at the agenda.
No, I didn't. I've been very busy. I've been extraordinarily busy today, and I don't have time. I'm doing all of my Christmas preparations, and I don't have time for this agenda business.
Well, this time of year we love, and I have to tell you, I was walking by the kitchen the other night, and I heard Jeff in there. And he has a Christmas playlist that is very special to him. He's been building it for several years. Maybe we'll share it with the listeners at some point. It's very good. It's eclectic, I'm going to say. And I just hear him in the kitchen, and he's working away in there, cooking something. And he's got his playlist going. And I just hear him say to no one in particular, no one's around. He goes, I just love this holiday so much.
Wow.
To no one.
Just to the ghost of Christmas present. He decided to just tell him.
And I came back around and I was like, hey,
bud.
Sweetie, you good? Who are you talking to? He's like, I just love it. And I was like, Christmas? Because we'd been doing all the Christmas things, like putting up the tree. And he goes, no, Thanksgiving. And I said, well, okay. And he goes, no, hear me out. I love Thanksgiving because it kicks off Christmas season. Yeah. Because he goes, I get sad on Christmas because it's over.
It's true. This is the moment.
That's what he said.
It's the Yuletide starter pistol, so to speak. If in the marathon that is the Christmas season, full of Christmas customs. We say ready, set, go.
That's it.
And then we shovel our fat faces full of
food.
Carbohydrates.
It's true. But what you been up to this week or weekend?
Oh my gosh, that's
hey, you know what?
you know what?
I'm doing the best
guys,
I can
guys,
over here.
Here's the thing
Okay?
that happened before the episode started. I'm just going to let you guys know what happened. Ashley showed up,
Yeah.
brought her gnarly virus into the house, and immediately said, "Be nice to me. I can't do this today if you don't."
And it's true.
And just the
and
fact,
you're not
the saddest plea
plaintive.
for clemency or just some sort of just
Kindness.
Like, it's such a white flag. No, I wouldn't call it kindness. What's it called?
Decency.
No, that's
Basic
not. It's
human
not what I'd call
decency.
it.
What?
Pandering.
Okay.
Oh God, that swallow was great.
You know
So
what?
hold on. Here's what happened. Everybody together. Shut up, Ashley. We'll all say it, but we'll all say it with kindness. Hey,
Doesn't count.
well, the listeners have spoken in very real time. But no, she came in and she's feeling more than a little under the weather, quite under the weather.
But this is the only time we can record
This
all
is
week.
it.
So
This is
guys,
it.
this is for you.
This is for you. So, you're welcome.
You're welcome.
But so she came in, and we already had the hurdle of her gnarly virus, which we are working through, and it's going to be great. But we plugged in the microphones. Producer got everything queued up, ready to go. Looking at you, bud. And
He's wearing a mask. He doesn't want my germs.
We just heard why is there a mask over his eyes too? Is he sleeping?
Yeah.
Why is he? He's not even wearing a mask over his mouth. It's just a sleep mask from Bed Bath and Beyond. And it has hilarious eyes with eyelashes on it.
Yes.
So it's like my eyes are open, but they're not. You lazy bones. But listen, big time hiss in the microphones. Yep, big time hiss in the
You're
microphones. Some terrible room sound. Everything. I'll go around the office, plugging and unplugging everything, while producer just literally trips himself, wraps himself up in a cable, and falls down. We were trying to sort it out, and one of the main culprits we thought it was going to be, which would have been hilarious, is Benjamin,
Yes.
my son. I'm looking at it, sitting on the couch. There is a robot.
It's blinking.
It's a robot that is blinking at me that he put in here because it's got a one-way or a two-way talkback walkie-talkie in it.
He's spying.
He taped down the listening button, and the robot, he's in the other room listening to the podcast through the robot. And I thought the robot was causing the room sounds and the hisses and the things. Turns out
He wasn't.
it was not. So the robot's back in the room, guys.
We got 4 people in here.
One producer, 2 idiots,
Oh.
and a remote controlled robot that's reporting back to my 10-year-old son.
Speak for yourself.
Well,
So, what have you been up to this week or weekend?
so
Lots of family time.
lots of that.
2 Thanksgivings.
2 dose Thanksgivings.
What did you guys have at the Martin family Thanksgiving?
A very traditional
Feast.
a traditional feast. We had a deep fried turducken. No, we didn't. I've always wanted to have a turducken, but I've never had one. So we had the very traditional feast. We had turkey. We had the stuffing. And Nelson changed up his stuffing recipe this year, and rave reviews.
Oh,
Rave.
what was it?
I think it's pronounced stovetop.
Oh,
Stovetop.
got it.
No, he makes some.
I love stovetop.
He makes some homemade. Sponsor a stovetop.
Sponsor a stovetop stuffing for your
Stovetop.
microwave oven.
Stovetop stuffing.
For your microwave oven.
It's good for your microwave oven. That's good. No, hey, you know one of my favorite moments on the show, The Office. One of my favorite Phyllis moments is when she comes in and she's gonna use the microwave, and Pam says something to the effect of like, why don't you, she's making popcorn in this microwave, and Pam says, why don't you use the other microwave? She goes, it's dirty. Someone needs to clean it. It smells like popcorn.
Oh, yes.
And the way she says it is
Awesome.
really funny. And I did a great job of explaining it right there. That
You
was
sure
that was
did.
dynamite.
We're crushing it.
Oh, we are not. But he makes them in like little muffin tins.
Oh,
So they're
that's a
like
good idea.
they're like little
like crispy on top.
crispy on top and kind of like a self-contained.
Love that.
It's like a savory cupcake. of sorts.
Sign me up.
Well, sure. They're delicious. They made the green bean casserole. They did the mashed potatoes, the whole 9 yards.
Delicious.
So, yeah, well, it was a feast for the ages. That's what they say.
Ours was too. The Engle family Thanksgiving was phenomenal. I will say on Thursday, that's when I started feeling a little poorly, as our dad would say.
Poorly.
My taste was still kind of it's not COVID that I have. Don't be scared. I tested.
Wasn't until you brought up the fact that you might have
tested.
COVID.
It's just a virus. We've all been passing it around. The kids have had it. I have it. But anyway, so that kind of affected my enjoyment of the meal. But we had our typical, it's non-traditional in that we don't have a turkey, but traditional sides. And so it was delicious and wonderful. And typically we stay the night there. I ended up coming home that night because I wasn't feeling well. And I'd really hoped to be feeling better by today, but I don't.
But you don't.
I don't.
Well, listen, them's the side effects of the GV, of the gnarly virus. That's when you get it, it's not gone in a day or two.
It's not.
You carry that ish around with you.
You do.
Yeah, that's okay. Well,
but I've been doing my best, guys, to really lean into to the beginning of the holiday season. We put up the tree.
Yeah.
We put up some of the outside lights. We went with the multicolored LEDs.
Oh.
They're very bright.
Look at you, Rockefellers.
They're
Just here we come. We got our multicolored LEDs.
And so we did
None of
that.
this bargain bin nonsense.
But I do love a multicolored light. How do you feel about that?
I
Multicolored versus white lights
feel like
or solids.
I feel like it says a lot about you. It to me seems like you're embracing
The whimsy.
and wackiness of the holiday season, whereas a white light feels very like
Classic.
austere. It feels very classy. It feels like the house that they go to in Hocus Pocus around Christmas has white lights. Rich people,
Oh, yes.
caramel apples, this sort of vibe.
You've got white lights on your tree. Is this the vibe you're trying to project?
Well, guys, if there's one thing that I like to project, it's a level of sophistication and refinement.
Yes.
This is a house of fine repute.
I stand around in my smoking jacket
I do.
and I admire this
vape.
tree.
I stand around in my smoking jacket and I vape. I go over to friends' basements and I throw fat clouds and listen to Insane Clown Posse. It's what I do.
And they all have white lights too.
Juggalo for life, guys. And no, a juggalo does not have white lights. A juggalo's got like
Wacky black lights.
a juggalo just has a tire fire. Instead,
yes.
they don't even have lights. It's just they light up the night with a tire fire. And then
That's right.
and you know what they say? Every time they throw a tire into their tire fire, they look around and they say, "It's a good year."
It's a good year.
Huh? Right? That's how juggalos do it.
It's a good one.
Thank you. I felt pretty good about it. But no, there was a house on our street in Stillwater, Oklahoma. Guys, we grew up in Stillwater, Oklahoma.
We love our hometown.
We love it. But there was a house on our street that every year they would put up their lights. And every year, it's like they would just never go and rectify the situation. The whole house was white lights. And then there was one corner that
Yes.
inexplicably was multicolored lights.
Every year.
It's like
I hadn't thought of that in years.
It's
Thank
like
you.
you're so welcome. It's like they hope it fixes your disease. It won't. It's only getting worse.
Yeah.
They would put it up. It's like they got a length of white lights
Yes.
that were 10 feet shorter than their house.
Yes.
And they were like, rather than go get some matching lights,
Yeah.
they're like, well, we've got this section of multicolored lights that just burning a hole in our pocket.
It's our whimsy, our dash of whimsy.
But not full on whimsy. Just enough to remind us that hey, the silly goose lives here.
I forgot about
Silly goose lives here.
So another Christmas thing that's happened is that our elf showed back up, our elf on the shelf.
The shelf elf,
His name is Electricity Bobby.
which is an amazing name.
Harrison, he's been with us since he was 3. Not Harrison.
Harrison's
The
been with
elf.
us since he was 3.
The elf.
He just showed up one day.
The elf has been with us since Harrison was 3. And Harrison had the distinct honor of naming him. We had an electrician in our home that week, fixing some lights and things. And Harrison was obsessed with watching him on the yadder. That's what he would call it, the yadder. outfits and stuff. And so when the elf came, we said, "What do you want to name him?" And he said, "Electricity Bobby."
Duh.
Duh.
As if to say, what sort of
What else?
What sort of asinine question is that, mother?
Exactly.
I'm 3.
So we've got Electricity Bobby back with our fam, and we couldn't be happier about it. You know who else showed up yesterday? Winterman O'Houlihan.
Winterman O'Houlihan came in, waved his frosty wand.
He brought some rain and some chilly air.
I thought you were saying he brought chili.
He brought chili.
Who needs Jeff? Dude, I tried making. Did we discuss that I have never really had a chili recipe?
Oh.
I made my very first batch of Brandon's signature chili the other night. You want to know? It was very bad.
Oh no!
It was not good.
It's hard to mess up chili. What'd you do?
I messed up chili.
What did you do?
So
What'd you put in it? Mango? Something weird like fruit?
I'm good. Yep. Well, so that's the problem. I honestly just made an edible fruit arrangement. It wasn't even chili. What was I thinking?
I don't know.
No, so I'm gonna start listing ingredients, and you're gonna say, "Well, yeah, it was terrible."
Okay. Go.
So first off,
take notes, listeners.
yeah, take notes on what not to do.
Yeah.
So I watch a lot of Bobby Flay.
I know. We know.
Bobby Flay is a master of flavor, Southwest flavor, in fact.
Right.
He does some key things that I tried to replicate, and I failed miserably. So I got 80-20 meat, which right out of the gate, that's too fatty for a chili.
You're right.
I
Because you're
discovered
going to have that skim.
got a real fat bath at the bottom. Just a hot tub full of lard.
Ew.
It's an episode title right there. But so right out the gate.
Gotcha.
We got trouble.
The meat's too fatty.
In future, I will get meat and chop it myself just to make a chili blend. But I got some chili meat, too fatty. I got a chicken stock, great move. I got some tomato paste, but I did not get canned tomatoes. Should have gotten canned tomatoes in addition to the tomato paste. Did not do beans. Was just going to go a meat chili, no beans. That's fine. That's fine. Put some garlic in there. Great. Sweat some onions down. Great.
Yeah. I'm on board with all of this.
We're rolling right now, aren't we? So they didn't have like chipotle chilies or ancho chilies or something like that, which is a classic Bobby Flay ingredient. So I got some Anaheim chilies.
Okay.
I got some jalapenos.
Okay.
I got a serrano pepper.
Okay.
So I blended them all up with some garlic and some olive oil. Put it. I threw a habanero in there too.
Oh.
Misstep. V-hot.
Yeah.
Poured all that into the chili, letting it simmer away. I want to get some umami in there.
Okay.
Just throw a little soy sauce in there.
Okay.
I throw some coffee in there.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just I'm watching your face.
Were you tasting as you went?
I was.
Did you taste test?
Sorta.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, just classic Bobby Flay would have tasted as he went. But here's the
Any
big
good chef would.
Here's the big move. Here's the big move that I was going to be like, this was it.
Okay.
This was the thing.
Gummy bears.
This is gummy bears. No, it's gummy worms. I should have gone bears. It's heartier. It's a heartier Gumby. So this is, it sounds so weird and gross, but Bobby Flay calls them the bacon of the sea because they provide some umami flavor. So I chopped up a couple of anchovies, threw them in the chili.
Oh.
Shh, now hold on.
Okay.
It was gross. And I don't know that the anchovies are to blame.
Did he? Okay. Was this a recipe?
Yeah.
Or were you just saying Bobby would do this?
No, it was
What would Bobby do?
So that's a good question because it's both.
Okay.
It's a recipe that I came up with on the fly while saying out loud the whole time, this is what Bobby would do.
Okay.
And if there's one thing I know about Bobby, he's electric. He's the real electricity Bobby, and he brings flavor, and he does it with the bacon of the sea. And I tried it, my babies, and guess what? Yeah.
What did Lindsay say?
She took one tiny bite and immediately said, I will not be taking any more bites of this. And the reason that she took a bite is because she said that the house smelled incredible.
Oh.
Because it did.
Sure.
But the taste of the chili
was bad.
Was very gross. So we'll be
Maybe
trying it
next
again.
time, we'll be trying it again. Maybe next time use an actual recipe from Bobby.
Yeah, but then it wouldn't be Brandon's signature chili.
Okay, well,
But it would taste
it's a
good.
gamble you're just going to have to do.
Well, I lost this gamble.
So one thing that's been happening at my house, you guys might remember from several weeks ago, I had a flood in my home, a minor flood.
Minor.
But a flood that required the tearing up of all of our floors nonetheless. Carpets, wood floors, all and the like. And last weekend, they began to tear them up and replace them. And so we went with the bamboo flooring. It's lovely. But I will tell you, living in a construction zone
Don't
is
let any
this a whole thing.
don't let any panda bears in there, right? Eat your floors, right?
Good one.
Right?
Good one.
That's what they eat, right? Yeah. And koalas eat eucalyptus.
They do. And so that's been going on at our house. So what we have now is a situation, guys. And any of you who have an aged canine, and I know that you do, maybe you have some tips.
Well, listen, I'm a bit of an expert in the aged canine department.
And you guys have wood floors. Does Tilly ever like slip around on the wood floors? Can she get a grip?
Get a grip.
Get a grip, Tilly.
What a funny. It's that's one of my favorite parts of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle song. Was the Teenage Heroes in a and then one of them goes, "Get a grip" in the song. Awesome. Do you not remember that?
Not that particular line, but
I saw a thing the other day. I think someone famous wrote the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles theme song.
look that up, producer.
It might be Chuck Lorre. Okay, so listen. Tilly has a hard time doing anything. So slip sliding around on the tile on the wood floor,
Is the thing.
100% an issue. But I'll tell you this: it's less an issue for her and more an issue for Leo because he gets so jazzed up about every little thing that happens that he starts like doing like cartoon shtick. Where
Yes. Like a baby fawn on the ice.
and he's trying to get. He's like it's like when Shaggy and Scooby Doo start to run away from a monster.
Yes.
Or what we think is a monster, only to be revealed that it's like the abandoned amusement park owner. And if it wasn't for you meddling kids, I would have gotten away with it too.
That's right.
But it's like he tries to, it's like he's blah, 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 and then he takes off. So the wood floors are an issue for Leo, more so than Tilly probably.
Totally. Well, these bamboo ones are pretty slick. And so Happy, our almost 11-year-old golden doodle, is the most precious dog of all time. But he is really having a hard time walking on the floors, bless his heart. So we ordered some runners to go down the hallway. And that seems to be helping a little bit. I don't know if any of you guys have any tips about something else we can do. I know that as they get older, the pads on their feet become like calloused, and that makes it harder for them to even get a grip. So anyway, if you guys have tips about that, help us because we're struggling.
You walk up to him and you say this: "Get a grip.
Get a grip, Happy."
Get a grip, Happy."
And he weighs almost 100 pounds, so to carry him anywhere, can't do it.
He's a beast. His head is it's the largest, hardest head ever.
Most precious dog.
He's a sweet boy. Today's you don't do Wordle.
No, I don't need it.
Today's
in my life.
Wordle word was happy.
Oh,
Which was great. Do you know what the Wordle was on Thanksgiving? And I didn't guess it in I guessed it in 4 instead of 3. But in retrospect, I was so annoyed because it was right on the nose.
turkey.
Feast.
Oh,
I was so mad. I guessed beast before feast. I thought they were trying to, this was a little misdirection. Producer has it up on the screen. Chuck Lorre, creator of 2.5 Men, Big Bang Theory, all of these things. He was the songwriter who wrote Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Heroes in a Half Show, Turtle Power. And that, I saw that the other day on a show, and I just wanted to confirm it right now. Thank you, producer, for putting that up there. That's helpful.
thanks, buddy. You're working hard today.
Working hard or
We're
hardly
working.
twerking.
Guys, let's move into our holiday movie segment.
With that
Sound effect.
sound effect.
Guys, you are going to be able to find all of these listed in the chain 8s The chai nuts.
The chai notes.
The chai notes. Because we're doing those now, guys.
We're doing
That
them.
was something that you requested, and we're doing it. So
did.
anything, Brandon's recipe will not be listed until it's perfected.
Whatever. You guys...
And then maybe he still won't want to share it because it'll be a secret.
I feel like at some point
stingy.
Our community needs to chime in with their chili recommendations because clearly your boy don't chili.
I told you mine. Mine's very easy. It's just kind of a dump recipe, like cans of things.
Ew.
It's the Gaines family
Dump
chili.
recipe?
That's what they call it when you just like open cans and dump a bunch of things in.
Oh.
Yeah.
The cans.
The cans. It's the Gaines family chili, from Chip and JoJo of Magnolia.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
Okay.
Because
So
when you said that initially, I made a stupid shiplap joke,
that's right.
which was...
I
You know what? I
didn't
take
think it was
it back.
stupid.
Well, stupid is hilarious.
I liked it.
It was topical. It showed an intense knowledge of the Gaines family.
Yeah. Fixer-upper.
Fixer-upper. She's got a cooking show on the TV now.
I like her.
She's great.
I think we'd be pals in
Do you
real
think
life.
so? Maybe she listens to this.
Hi, Joanna.
Hi, Joanna Gaines.
Sponsor us,
Sponsor
Joanna
us.
Gaines.
Give us shiplap
And chili.
and churly.
And home makeovers.
Golly, she would be great to hang out with because she's doing all this stuff.
And I think she'd enjoy it. That's the best part.
What we're saying, Joanna Gaines, is that you would enjoy us.
Sponsor us, Joanna Gaines.
Sponsor us with friendship. Stop.
With
stop.
Friendship Lap.
Could you? Solid.
I did it.
You did it. You punned. You punned horde.
I did it.
Listen,
Even in my sick state.
that's the thing. Michael Jordan's flu game. This is you overcoming adversity. That's
really bringing it.
that's a sport reference.
Really bringing it, guys.
You're doing great.
Okay, so guys, these are the way I did my holiday movie list is that I divided it into FTK, which is for the kids,
Oh, okay.
or in other words, family movies. And then I did a grown-up list as well. Movies that I don't watch with my children yet
Right.
because of language or
Sometimes they
stuff.
say a cuss, or they crack off a toot. That's not tis not the season to be Putin. Okay, your name must be Vladimir because you're Putin. Okay, jingle bells, not jingle smells, my babies.
Okay, so my first list is a list of 10 movies, and I labeled these family, my top 10 family movies.
Okay,
Okay, so my first one, my favorite movie to watch with the family, and I do a disclaimer here because I do run up with the blanket and cover the screen on a couple parts.
Okay.
And I'll tell you which ones.
okay.
But it's Christmas Vacation.
Oh, it's great.
Made in 1989 with a budget of $25 million, took in $73.3 million at the box office. Fun fact, Chris Columbus was set to direct this,
This is a fact.
but he left because of a personality conflict with a Mr. Chevy Chase.
One Mr. Churvy Churse.
But you know what this did? This freed him up to work on another holiday project that we'll get to in a minute. But it debuted at number 2 at the box office behind Back to the Future Part 2. So we love to watch this one as a family. That said, I do run up and cover with the blanket. And I
Sure.
fast forward during the department store scene where Sparky's talking to Mary about the undies. And then also the part on the pool, the Melekilikimaka, right? Where
Sure.
we shed the swimming suit.
We shed it. We shed it.
We shed it. And that's when I run up and I say, avert your eyes, children.
That's not Christmas.
That's not Christmas.
If there's one thing Christmas is not, it's inappropriate nudity.
That's right.
That's not how, that's right. Moving on.
Moving on. We also did a poll on the socials this past weekend.
We did.
Where we asked everybody what the first movie you watch as you kick off the Christmas season.
Which I thought was great.
It was great.
You got a lot of different traditions, which I thought was wonderful.
It was, but overwhelmingly, Christmas Vacation took the top spot.
Well,
It's the one most people kick off the season with. And
I
strangely
feel like
enough,
to me, I like to hang on to that one. It's like keep it as like a little ace up my sleeve for later in the season.
we do too. We usually watch it twice.
Same.
All right, so number 2 for me, family movie, is Elf.
Love it.
2003, directed by Jon Favreau with a budget of $33 million, took in $225 million at the box office.
What's hilarious,
I love it,
is that you have all of these facts. You know, I didn't even write down anything, right?
I asked you to.
I know, and I did not.
Okay, but listen to this.
I promptly did not. But you're giving box office figures.
Yeah.
You're giving BTS behind the scenes.
People know to expect this from me, even when I'm ill.
Did you know that Will Ferrell was offered like $30+ million to do Elf 2, and he declined because he thought that it would compromise the magic of the original?
Oh, I like that.
I love that.
And I kind of agree with that.
I do too. I feel like it would have felt a little bit like a money grab. I'm sure there would have been some good moments in there,
Some laughs.
But I like the idea that he cares enough about the legacy of the movie Elf to not try to capitalize on it.
Well, it's considered to be a modern Christmas classic.
It 100% is.
But I found this interesting. So the script was initially written in 1993 with Chris Farley and Jim Carrey being early candidates, which is fascinating to me.
Chris Farley, who was originally supposed to play Shrek as well.
Didn't know that.
There are, you can find online, there are storyboards with the voiceover of Chris Farley doing Shrek, like he is Shrek. It is weird.
Yeah.
And it would have been a totally different movie.
Totally different movie. Because Mike Myers with that Scottish accent.
Yeah, holy shnikes.
That's it. Oh, yeah, that has no place in Shrek.
Yeah. Well.
So originally the script was a lot darker, but then Jon Favreau said that he wanted to make Buddy's World an homage to like the Christmas classics.
To the claymation, yeah.
To the claymation, which actually is my favorite part about the whole thing.
Hi, buddy. Bye, buddy. Hope you find your dad.
Bye, buddy. Like the little bird. I also found this interesting.
His name's Arctic Puffin.
Arctic Puffin, that's right.
Thanks, producer, for throwing that up.
Yes. Of course he would know that. But Buddy's belch after he downs the 2-liter
Did you hear that?
Did you hear that? We die laughing every time. But also that was dubbed over by a voice actor.
Oh, yes.
The belch.
Yeah.
Named Maurice LaMarche.
Maurice LaMarche, the godfather of the modern recorded belch.
That's right.
Just what a weird, like, oh, you're the belch guy.
It's my claim to fame.
He's the belch. It's like a hand model who you recognize from like an Every Kiss Begins with K commercial, but it's like,
Every kiss begins with
K. Did you hear that?
Did you hear that? So my next one, number 3, is Home Alone, which is actually the one we watched first.
Same.
But it's third on my list. And I'm not going to give all the facts, but Chris Columbus directed this one because he was available.
Because John Hughes liked him and wanted to work with him. So he found him another spot.
That's right.
Found him another spot. You know,
and we're glad he did.
An interesting fact about that we're going to have to fact check, but I'm pretty sure it's true, is that the house, the McAllister house, the innards of it where they shot the movie, the set, where it's like, that's not an actual house, that's a set. And it was constructed inside of an old abandoned high school, which was the same high school they used in Ferris Bueller's Day Off and Uncle Buck.
That is fascinating.
I thought so too.
Fact check that.
I'm okay.
So these are fun facts about Home Alone. Robert De Niro and John Lovitz both turned down the role of Harry, which I found hilarious, before Joe Pesci accepted it. Then, you'll appreciate this, Brandon, because you brought this up. The role of Uncle Frank, look what you did, you little jerk.
What an absolute
terrible
butt
person.
face of a person that guy is.
That role was originally written for Kelsey Grammer, but he wasn't available. And so Jerry Beman took that role. I don't know if that's how we would pronounce that. But here's another fun fact about Chris Farley.
Go on.
Chris Farley.
Here's another fun fact about Chris Farley, just random.
Yeah. He originally auditioned for the role of the Santa Claus impersonator, but he failed to impress Chris Columbus, so he didn't get it.
Interesting.
Chris Farley would have starred in all these movies.
It just would have been there would have been one actor in the world, and it would have been Christopher Farley.
That's right.
Master thespian. Yep. Holy shnikes. Listen, producer has it up on the screen. So for production, the team set up shop, and obviously the exterior of the Home Alone house is an actual house, and it is in existence currently.
Yeah.
But so for production, the team set up shop in New Trier Township High School, an abandoned school in Winnetka, whatever, Illinois, where Hughes also filmed Ferris Bueller's Day Off and Uncle Buck.
Look at you.
How about me knowing stuff? Thank you for proving that I was right, producer. I appreciate that very
That
much.
was really interesting.
I thought so. Listen, I don't have to write down a list to have these factoids, baby. I got them locked and loaded. Here, you want another fact? You want another fact?
Sure.
Bluff calls. Didn't have one. Just didn't have one.
His brain is full of stuff like this. So here's another fun fact about Home Alone, the last one. John Candy was only available to shoot
one day.
for 1 day.
1 day.
And all of his lines were improvised.
Got paid scale to do it too.
He got paid $414.
Did it as a favor.
They did.
Yeah.
I love that fact.
Listen, he's sweet. He's a sweet man. They don't call him John Candy for nothing.
That's right. Wish he was still with us.
I do too.
And Chris Farley.
But listen, Chris Farley could have played the role of John Candy since he was playing everybody else.
He could have. I could see it. So number 4 is Klaus. If you have not watched Klaus,
That's a late entry. That's a recent one.
it was made in 2019.
Klaus is great.
Jason Schwartzman voices the lead character. Rashida Jones also voices the lead
Jason
character.
Schwartzman plays the lead character. Her name is Rashida Jones. His theatrical tour de force has the daughter of Quincy Jones.
That's right. No, but this one is so sweet, guys. If you haven't watched Klaus yet, do it. Number 5, A Muppet Christmas Carol.
Love it. Great.
Michael Caine as Ebenezer Scrooge. Come on. And it's my favorite of all the Christmas carols.
I was just about to try a Michael Caine impression. I don't think I have one.
Oh.
Well, you bah humbug, isn't it? What? I'm Michael Caine.
Oh,
Bah humbug.
pretty good.
I've got to tell you something. Hold on. Oi. Kermit. Frog.
You know what?
Frog.
Let's workshop it.
Okay,
We'll
well.
come back. We'll circle back. I feel like you've got the beginnings of something good.
Oi, Kermit, frog. Hey, oi, pig. You look like a pig. This is getting worse.
It's getting worse. Actually, I think you've got the beginnings of something really good. But we love that one. We save that one towards the end. Number 6 is The Star, the nativity story told from the perspective of Bo the donkey. It's also very sweet, from 2017. Number 7.
I actually heard that Chris Farley was supposed to be the voice of baby Jesus in that one.
Chris Farley was no longer with us. Number 7, Polar Express.
Nope.
Featuring Tom Hanks as all the characters.
Nope.
I don't. Okay, this is a hot take. I don't care for it, but I watch it with my family because they do care for it a great deal.
It's. Are you familiar? I think it's called the Uncanny Valley. The notion of the Uncanny Valley.
Yeah.
We're gonna look that up. It is when technology. It's when technology reaches a point where human faces are just close enough, but they've gone too far, and so it makes us feel very uncomfortable.
That's how I feel.
There's actually a metaphor. Okay, he's got it pulled up. The uncanny valley metaphor suggests that a human appearance or behavior can make an artificial figure seem more familiar for viewers, but only up to a point. The sense of viewer familiarity drops sharply into the uncanny valley once the artificial figure tries but fails to mimic a realistic human. And Polar Express is textbook that for me. Like when I see it, I'm like, you kind of look like Tom Hanks,
Yeah.
but you look almost like our new robot alien overlords made a Tom Hanks to try to convince us that it's
and not
Tom
only
Hanks.
Tom Hanks as Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks as a child.
Tom's Hanks.
Tom Hanks as a rail riding hobo.
Yeah, Polar Express starring the Thomas's Hank.
Yes.
And I simply cannot deal with it.
Can't abide.
I can't abide a Thomas Hank.
I like the soundtrack a lot. And I like the book a lot. And I abide the movie because my family does.
Okay.
So number 8, I kind of grouped these all together, the Grinches, right? For me,
Plural of Grinches is grunge.
Grange, the Grange. So the original for me takes top spot.
Original, like, you're a mean one.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's right. With
You're a bad banana with a greasy black pea.
that was an excellent Thurl Ravenscroft.
Yo, Grinch, governor. Only getting it. You Grinch humbug.
Hey, fun fact about Thurl Ravenscroft, who sang that song. He also voiced
He also is an amazing burpist.
Tony the Tiger.
Oh,
Yeah.
that makes sense. They're great.
Very good.
Yeah, I've
He
got
was
this
also
guy in the bag. Now,
6'5".
Michael Caine, not so much. Well, he's got 6'5". Come on, get out of here. That's not handsome tall.
He could have been one
too
of our
tall.
kin.
Kith and kin.
Kith and kin.
Kith and kin.
So then,
I also love on the newer animated one, Kenan Thompson.
yes, he's
Grinchy.
great.
Grinchy.
Would you say, okay, so here I come to the next question about the Grinch. Would you say new animated or Jim Carrey version?
Jim Carrey.
Same.
Jim Carrey.
Do you know why?
Why?
Because in the new animated, the Grinch is too nice.
He's
too soft.
We've got a different kind of uncanny valley where I need my Grinch hateful and gross, and I want him to look like he stinks. I want him chewing on glass,
garlic and onions.
I want him
using an onion as deodorant.
I was told that would be an award. I need him.
really good.
I need him to be the Jim Carrey version, the hate, loathe entirely Grinch. But you want to know something that happened yesterday?
Sure.
Took Ben downtown in Edmond, and there was a person dressed full on like the Grinch going around being really mean to people. He snuck up behind Ben at lunch, scared the japers out of him. Was very method about it. And while I respect his commitment to his craft as a Grinch,
he ruined your lunch.
Well, not mine. That was fine. I'm not scared. I'm an adult. Get out of here.
I'm very brave.
All right, but yes, live action Grinch over.
That's what I say.
Now listen, like the animated, fun,
Same.
fun, but just the Jim Carrey one's got a special place.
Well, fun fact. Dr. Seuss had refused to sell the film rights to his books.
Fun fact. Welcome back to Fun Facts with Ashley Flemwad.
After his death, however, his widow agreed to several merchandising deals. And so this was her qualification. In order to make the Grinch into a movie, live action movie. Okay, let me read the way this is
fact
phrased.
is getting less fun by the minute.
This letter also stated that any actor submitted for the Grinch must be of comparable stature to Jack Nicholson, Jim Carrey, Robin Williams, or Dustin Hoffman.
Okay, well, they got one.
What a weird list. How did Jim Carrey end up in that list? And I love Jim Carrey.
He was at one point the highest paid actor in all of Hollywood.
It's true. And I love Jim Carrey. Always have. But I find it funny that he's listed with Dustin Hoffman and Jack Nicholson.
Yeah, we cover a lot of ground there.
Right?
We've got some dramatic chops, we got some comedy chops. But listen, I feel like she was just scatter shooting and hoping that she would catch a big one.
A big guy.
A real big fish.
And she did.
She caught one of the ones on the list. Not just comparable, literally
On the nose.
the one. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So this was interesting to me. The original Grinch suit was covered in yak hair.
Sure.
That was dyed green.
Sure.
So the makeup application took 2.5 hours. Was so upsetting that he punched a hole in the wall of his trailer.
That's Grinch. That's a Grinch behavior, is what that is.
He was method.
He was method, and I heard that the contact lenses were unbearable.
Yes.
I heard that was. Well, I heard it from when I was talking to Jim Carrey.
Sure.
He said, "Hey,
James."
Jimothy. He said, Brandon, dear friend, best friend,
Dear friend.
I hated those contact lenses so much that I punched a hole in Ron Howard's face."
That's not what he did.
Dude,
You're
you don't.
putting false info out. Fake
You don't.
news.
That's very Grinchy behavior of me.
It is. But he had to wear, in total, apparently, he had to wear this stuff for 92 days. And it was like a real thing for him to remain calm during the makeup application.
I bet.
It was awful.
Wow.
And he was insufferable. The makeup artist threatened to leave at one point.
Really?
According to the internet, and I trust it.
I wouldn't like that if we couldn't rationalize it by saying that he was getting into the Grinch character.
Maybe he was.
We're just gonna say that he's the Daniel Day-Lewis of holiday films.
Sponsor us, Jimothy Carey.
Holiday films.
So my last two are Prep and Landing. There's two of them.
Don't know. There's two of them. There's Prep and Landing.
Prep and Landing, and then Prep and Landing Naughty and Nice, I believe. They're little shorts.
Oh, no, I don't know
about
those.
elves. They're very cute. And then number 10 is Charlie Brown Christmas.
Classic.
Okay, so honorable mentions, I'm just going to list them quickly. All the Disney stuff. Mickey's Christmas Carol, not to be confused with Disney's A Christmas Carol, featuring Jimothy Carey, which is terrifying.
Yeah. Yes.
Hate it.
Yeah. Don't like
And
it.
it has the
It's
face
the Uncanny
thing.
Valley. Yeah. It's the same thing.
I don't like it.
Don't make it look like I'm to the point that it's weird.
Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas.
Good one.
And then the Santa Claus featuring Tim Allen.
Great.
Also new one, 8-Bit Christmas.
We just watched that one the other day.
It's great.
It's great. It is a modern take on the well, not so modern now. It's a 1980s-ish, modern-ish take on the on Christmas Story with the Red Ryder.
Totally.
Rifle. Yeah.
And Christmas Story is also on my honorable mention. Again,
Christums.
not one that I absolutely love, but we watch it because it's tradition.
I don't typically watch that one only because it's on a loop all day on Christmas Day, and I get like one full viewing of it out of order.
Yeah.
It's like I'll be like, I'm halfway through the movie here. Oh, it's the beginning. Oh, it's the end. Whatever.
Because it's just on a loop.
Yeah, all day.
Okay, now on to my grown-up list. That was for the kids, FTK. This is my grown-up list. Number 1 on my list, my favorite movie to wrap presents to is Love Actually.
Okay.
Love it. From 2003.
Do you love it? Actually, yeah.
I do. 9 intertwined stories examine the complexities of the one emotion that unites us all. Love.
Actually, yeah.
I love it.
When Ben was a baby,
Don't watch it with the kids.
When Ben was a kid, he would always say, he would start almost every sentence with the word actually. He'd go, actually, and then explain something. Always. So anytime I see that movie, I always think, love, actually.
So cute. Number 2 on the list, Just Friends.
Love
from
it.
2005.
Great. Love that one.
Ryan Reynolds,
He's great.
Anna Faris,
Yeah.
Amy Smart, Chris Klein.
I would say it's her, it might be Anna Faris's finest work to date.
She is perfection in that role.
But some inappropriateness in there for
That's
the kids.
why you don't
for
watch
sure.
it FTK.
That's why it's not FTK.
That's right. Number 3. 4 Christmases.
Love it. Great.
So
good.
good.
This child is a blessing to the both of us. But not angry, inspired. A lot of times I'll leave anywhere and one of my favorite things to talk about is to just be like, it's because you give so much, but it's not like you don't get back because the people are giving me so much. Oh, so
I feel like I've heard you quote that film a couple times in the last couple weeks.
Yeah, it's because I was revving up for the season.
It's so good. Vince Vaughn, Reese
Great.
Witherspoon, fantastic.
Tons of people. Sissy Spacek.
She is.
Robert Duvall.
Yes. Love Robert
Different,
Duvall.
a very different looking Tim McGraw.
Tim McGraw.
Yeah, John Favreau, who directed Elf.
That's right. And who's great friends with Vince Vaughn in real life.
That's it. Swingers, baby.
Swingers. That's
Beautiful
right.
babies.
Beautiful babies. You're so money and you don't even know it.
Oh, I know it.
Number 4, and you're the one who told us about this one. Daddy's Home 2.
Watched it yesterday.
It's so good.
Watched it yesterday.
And the thing that makes it great, so Daddy's Home 1, meh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mark Wahlberg and Will Ferrell. But what makes this one great, Mel Gibson and John Lithgow.
Gosh, dude. It's such a funny movie.
It's so funny. If you have not watched this one, guys, do yourself a favor.
I thought you were coming up here with makeup cocoa. Why are you coming up here with makeup cocoa? You spill makeup cocoa on yourself. Dude,
It's so
good.
And it's one that you might sleep on because originally it received negative reviews.
Well,
But
all the great ones do.
it grossed over 180 million with a budget of 69.
Here we come with facts and figures.
Right? Here I come. And the last one in this list is The Family Man from 2000, Nicolas Cage and Téa Leoni.
Mm-hmm.
Even though some of her choices in the film are upsetting to me, I do enjoy the film a lot, and I'm a big Nick Cage fan.
Well, sure.
Honorable mention, Scrooged,
Great.
1988, Bill Murray.
Great.
And I wanted to ask how you feel about The Family Stone.
The Family Stone is a good movie to me. It's not a holiday watch to me because it makes me very sad.
So sad.
Yeah.
And for some people, it is the quintessential holiday movie.
It shouldn't be.
There's a lot of buzz about it.
Anything with Craig T. Nelson and it's going to get big buzz.
Sure.
But
Diane Keaton.
Diane Kirsten.
SJP.
Sergio Parky.
Claire
and
James.
Cardens and one of the Wilson brothers.
One of them.
And
Take your pick.
It's a dealer's choice on whichever Wilson brother you want it to be.
Yes.
Yeah, I feel like it's a good movie, but it's weird to me because it feels more like a movie that would stand independent of the holiday season, even though it takes place in the holiday season.
Yeah.
But I don't want to watch it during Christmas.
It makes me so sad.
Yeah, it's a bummer.
There are some beautiful moments, but holy smokes.
Yeah.
I need some whimsy.
It's
I
a
need
real.
some LED multicolors.
It's
on the corner of my house.
It's a white lights film. It's not a multicolored. It's not even a multicolored corner. It'll drag you down, babies.
Mm-hmm. Get out of here with it.
Get out of here with your family stone.
Have you watched Spirited yet?
Yeah.
How was it?
I enjoyed myself.
Okay, haven't watched it yet.
I enjoyed myself. It's again, it's funny that you asked because so many different holiday films, as you were listing them, so many of them use the theme of like the Christmas story of like the waking up in a different life, the whole thing. It's a Wonderful Life, Family Man, Muppet Christmas Carol, whatever, so on and so forth. Spirited is the same.
Okay.
It is a spin on the.
Aren't they the ghosts?
They are. So it's essentially from their perspective, which is interesting because it's like it's viewed as almost like a job. Like they go into the office and there's like a staff there helping coordinate
fun.
things. So it's a fun little take on it.
Okay.
Yeah. And can I tell you something? Ryan Reynolds, pleasant surprise, his singing voice.
Okay.
I mean, he did great.
Is it FTK or grown up?
I think there's a little bit of language here and there, but nothing that would preclude kids from watching it, I wouldn't think. Ben watched it.
Okay. Well, I look forward to that very
Ben
much.
watched it, and he's the biggest narc ever about curses.
You said a cuss.
He's so funny because he'll sit there, and if there's anything on TV or anything, he doesn't look up to do it. He'll be sitting there playing his Nintendo Switch or reading a book or something. If someone cusses, someone says anything, he just, one word, he goes, naughty. And then he keeps doing what he's doing. He doesn't do anything about it. He just naughty.
Points it out.
And that's it.
That's awesome.
It has been noted.
That's awesome. Okay, so those are my lists.
Listen, I wouldn't even bother to add to it. I'll think about it.
Yeah.
But
Well, and maybe like the ranking, the order.
for sure, because that list covered, it checked
A lot of boxes.
most, if not all, of my
Okay.
of my
look at
boxes.
me.
That's pretty good.
Hey, thanks.
Pretty good. You're welcome.
I worked hard on it.
I could tell you. Listen, facts, figures, numbers, domestic box office gross.
Yeah.
I was gonna come in here and be like, I like Elf because Will Ferrell funny.
No, you
but
were,
you were like,
already have those facts in your head.
well, yeah, I do. I know exactly how
much it
long.
grossed.
I know exactly how long Jim Carrey sat in makeup. I know how long the shoot was. I know how many holes were punched in which walls.
I know you do.
Yeah.
So on that note, we have a Crindy Reviews.
Okay.
Crindy Reviews, The Fablemans. And I want to point out first that she has implemented a new rating system. It's the Cold Hands, Warm Hearts rating system on a scale from 1 to 5.
Okay.
So she gives this one 3.5 warm hearts
Oh.
and no cold hands.
Oh, so the cold hand. It's like the tomato meter on Rotten Tomatoes. There's fresh. There's the splat.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So I thought that was
So
fun.
she likes this ish.
Okay. I have been waiting for this movie to come out for a while now. It's a semi-autobiographical
Doing great.
story written, directed, and produced by Steven Spielberg. He stated that it's his most personal project yet, and it has a PG-13 rating. The cast includes Michelle Williams, Gabrielle LaBelle, who is the young Spielberg character who wants to be a filmmaker and the cutest thing you've ever seen, Paul Dano, Seth Rogen, and Judd Hirsch, who was possibly the most amazing character in the whole movie. The musical score was written by Academy Award winner John Williams of Star Wars fame, so we're not dealing with a bunch of amateurs here. It's a story which covers the following topics: family secrets, pursuing art versus living a conventional life, coming of age in the 1950s and all its musical and fashionable glory, teenaged angst and bullying, unrealized dreams and the pain that causes, children seeing their parents as fallible human beings, depression, and to the inappropriate laughter sitting next to me, anti-Semitism.
Oh.
We nearly had an in-service about how not to behave in the theater and why some of the things he found amusing were not funny. I think he just didn't know what some of the dialogue meant, which is a good reason to zip your lip while sitting in the theater, but I digress.
What is happening right now?
Apparently, the person sitting next to her was laughing at anti-Semitism.
Well, that's not okay.
It's not okay, and that's what she was saying. She was about to do an in-service
Get
right
out
there
of-
in the theater.
Get out of here.
Get out of here. Not to be a spoiler, but I Googled what was true and what wasn't, and I was surprised at the film's correlation to Spielberg's life. Family secrets, true. Mom was a concert pianist, true. The monkey, true, and she's listed in the cast and crew as Crystal.
Crystal the Monkey.
Crystal the Monkey. Meeting with legendary film director John Ford, true, and it happened word for word. The reason I gave it 3.5 warm hearts is because it was 2 hours and 31 minutes long.
Too long.
My iced tea while I tell Steven Spielberg how to direct a film.
I like that Mom took the hold my beer thing and turned it into my iced tea.
Hold my iced tea.
Hold my iced tea while I live, laugh, love.
That's right. Unless you're covering a world event like war or a space landing, or unless you have Daniel Day-Lewis anywhere in the film, I believe you can tighten it up to under 2 hours. Am I right? I do recommend The Fabelmans. It's a heartbreaking story that obviously flows right from Spielberg's soul. It is sometimes funny, sometimes sad, and it makes the audience think and feel, which is what a good movie is supposed to do. Good one. I'm intrigued.
Well, listen, I feel like I just saw it.
That's right. So guys, this week we have some homework for you. Number 1, on Giving Tuesday, we will have posted when this comes out, our Friends in Need Venmo, where you can send money for our Friends in Need on Guam. We are pitching in as a Cold Hands, Warm Hearts community.
Do we say on Guam?
Yeah, it's an island.
So we say on Guam.
U.S. island territory.
On Guam.
It means a lot to us.
It does.
Guam. And our field producer, Mindy, along with her family, feed the unhoused population that gather in their local park. And we're going to come together and sponsor a meal for them.
That's what we're going to do.
So stay tuned for that, guys.
We're going to make Brandon special chili, and they're going to hate it.
No, we're going to make them food they actually enjoy.
We're going to make them guacamole.
Good one.
We're going to use local ingredients and make it.
Guacamole.
Guacamole. Holy moly, guacamole.
It's a good one.
Okay.
Maybe a good title.
Right.
But guys, also ratings and reviews, homework for this week. If you haven't written a review for the podcast, if you haven't given us a rating, please do that this week. It's the Christmas gift that we need.
Desperately.
And also, send us your accidental texts.
Send them. And share this with friends.
Share with friends.
Share with friends.
What's your warm heart?
Gosh, it's gonna be Thanksgiving. I mean, it's gonna be Thanksgiving with the families and getting to get all the kids together and all that good stuff. That's gonna be mine, and I'm sure it was yours too. So I'm
totally
stealing it.
Ditto. Guys, you're the best audience out there. Thanks for hanging with me this week while I've got my gnarly virus.
Thanks, guys, for making me share a room with this phlegmy. What was a contagious human? I'm catching it. I'm walking out. Okay, guys. Hey, I will do no such thing. Thanks, guys, for listening, hanging out. Cold Hands, Warm Hearts. Like, share, like us on the socials. Do the thing.
Bye.